Everybody being here, I have community announcements in the middle this time as we switch live feed videos, so just bear with us. And that way, in case anybody has to scoot out early, you'll have heard that as well. So we have two presenters today, and did regular presentations. That was a nice surprise. I don't know if they did it on our behalf or not, but we can wiggle around. Stephen Better is here with Home Lending Powell. First presentation, first time at 1 million cups, so be nice. Give him a warm welcome. Yeah, Steve.
Thank you. So good morning. My name is Stephen Better, COO and co-founder of the Home Lending Powell. Before I get started, I'd like to survey the room and see who here owns a home. How many of you guys use debt to purchase a home? Yeah, part of the same tribe as well, right? So as we go through this presentation, I'd like you to keep a couple questions in the back of your mind, right, about this transaction. So how did that transaction feel? How much feedback did you receive throughout this process? How long did it take for a lender to provide you some kind of decision, whether it was a pre-approval, commitment, or finally a credit approval? How transparent was that experience? Did you have a clear understanding of that broker's yield structure against the product that they were recommending? And if putting yourself in that mortgage broker or mortgage originator's shoes, who has to, is living off commission, would you be willing to assume additional risk if you had to close that deal? And the reason why I ask these questions is because these are the origins of knots in the transaction process, kinks, gaps of information, blind spots, right? Home Lending Powell aims to smooth out this transactional experience while educating borrowers throughout the process. We're applying automation and statistics to an early stage research tool that's designed to educate the borrower at a very early research stage, right? By helping you identify these blind spots preemptively, we can prepare you to be successful in thousands of mortgage lending scenarios. Now, this is a call to action, right? We need feedback, specifically in the legal space, with respect to legal structuring and IP protection. We need advice when it comes to the compliance and regulatory space. I've been in this space for a very long time, and I know compliance can be dangerous, but we need an expert. And our auxiliary need, our secondary need is, we want you to take action. If you're interested in being part of an industry that is, or a proposition that's ready to disrupt an industry that's ripe for disruption, please feel free to reach out at hello@homelendingpowell.com. Now, here's the big picture. Purchasing a home is unlike any purchase experience in the American economy today. Now, that's due to two separate issues, right? The first one is the capital requirement that's needed to purchase a home, right? I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I don't have $250,000 in my checkings or in my savings to write a check for a home. So I have to use debt. So when we get to that portion, we have to use financing. Right? A second issue pops up, and that's the due diligence process. And it's within this space that you start to see these knots pop up, the clunkiness in the actual transaction. And that's the space, that's the period that we intend to introduce this solution. Quick survey. Once you seriously committed to purchasing a home, where do you guys start? Is it, and go by the show of hands, is it a realtor? Is it B, a mortgage lender? Is it C, a banker? Or is it D, other, friends, family, internet, etc.? See, right, most of us are choosing D. And the reason why we're choosing other is because of convenience. We want to avoid awkward situations with strangers. We want to avoid uncomfortable conversations. So, why should the first step of the largest purchase you potentially make in your lifetime require uncomfortable conversations? So it's in these uncomfortable conversations that the problem truly shows itself, and that's asymmetric information. You have a situation, you have two sides that are trying to win at this, in this transaction, right? It's buyer versus lender. And the reason why that really happens is because of the nature of the relationship. A mortgage broker is not your fiduciary. Do not get that twisted. A lender is not like a realtor. They do not have to be loyal to you. You don't have exclusivity, right? So, in that sense, a lender has very low bar to pay you with a product. So, in this process of them trying to pair you, all they have to do is work by a set of rules, pair you with a product, and boom, you're good to go. So, and then the other side of that is us, the buyer side. We're not as sophisticated as the lenders. We don't have the resources that they do. A lender has an underwriting team alongside them, right, that makes sure that you're worthy of the note, right? What about you? You don't have somebody on your side. I mean, you know what's the best product for you given your specific situation. So what's our solution? An underwriter in your pocket. Home lending power aims to even the playing field by providing you with these resources that once the lender had to their disposal, you sit in front of the lender, you're in front of them, giving them your personal information. They're behind that computer screen, and they're putting all this information in, and they're just telling you yes or no. What we're doing is we're turning that computer screen around and letting you take control of your home purchasing experience firsthand. So what's our product? What we're doing is connecting your personal information via API to our machine learning environment, who then grabs that information, breaks it down, and feeds and connects you with a lender. Right? That lender then wishes to move forward with you or not. And then in the end, you know, you have a lender of your choice and we get paid. So these are some of our core features. Asset verification, credit health verification. We then break that down into personalized recommendations, and then from that to give you financing options. And this is the basic business model. We have two users that we're targeting. We're the front-end user and loan originators, independent loan originators. Right? Front-end users, borrowers, they want to be informed, they want to be provided guidance, and want to understand and compare. The ideal demographic is falling between the ages of 25 and 37. This is the group that will be more willing to use technology as a discovery phase. And on the other side, we're looking at corresponding lenders who are independent and want to minimize uncertainty and maximize your net present value. Once they meet, we make money. And that leads us to our revenue model, our CPA model. Right, this is the one I just described, cost per acquisition. The other ones are cost per click, hybrid, and ad sales. Those are revenue streams we're looking at as we scale. All right, so what validates the concept? Well, the market validates that, right? Millennial buyers, the target group that we feel will be drawn to this concept, has been the largest demographic for 4 years consecutive. So millennials have been the largest group buying homes for 4 years straight, right? And on total homes, 88% use financing, millennials use 98%. And 99% of them use some sort of tech as a tool in order to execute this decision, with 58 of them buying a home via some kind of mobile device. This is our market opportunity. Projected to be at $275 billion by 2023, meaning we have an extraordinary amount of growth. A lot of market share to capture. So this is what the competitive landscape looks like. Yeah, we have Mint, right? We kind of do, Mint kind of does what we do, but we go beyond that in income model. Yeah, Credit Karma, they kind of do what we do, but we go beyond them in credit model. Rocket Mortgage, and all the other lenders, they're forming in the space, but they're creating their product for their benefit. We are right here in the middle. We don't care where you get your product from. We just want you to get the best product for you. Think of mortgages, but for home mortgages. And again, competitive landscape, that breaks down how we're different. And another one, our differentiation slide. Again, we're early stage, highly personalized, automated and modern, and it's a data democratization plan, right? We're opening up mortgage guidelines to the everyday user. And this is where we act in financial growth. The key takeaway from this is our break-even point. We're looking at Q3 after our big launch, and that's primarily driven by our user growth. So this is where our fundraising efforts are kind of focused on. Primarily is on product development, then in legal, licensing, and then customer acquisitions. And this is our team. I'm super excited just to see this slide compared to where we are, where we've been. Right now, I remember when it was just me and Brian starting this product, and now we literally have an actual team behind us. So we are, we don't lightning speed to get to market, because we understand how low these fruits truly hang and how disruptive this product could be, right? And that's the presentation. Thank you very much.
You did fine. No sweating required.
Yeah, no, I kept seeing those fingers pop up, and I wanted to. So, yeah.
All right, we're going to open it up to questions.
Sure.
So,
Mark,
yeah, so questions I have, so it looks like you're only focusing on a person purchasing a built house. Are you doing construction to perm?
Right, so construction to perm is a very complicated product.
Yes.
And that's a product that I know very well. It's actually where I started when where I was originating. I have a couple little anecdotes over that, but yeah. The reason why this product is so complicated is because there's two separate types of loan structures, right? You have the construction loan component of it that then flips into an actual senior term loan. So right now, yeah, super complicated deal, not where we are right now because of the collateral component of that equation. See, we believe that the approval equation consists of three key variables that are symmetrically distributed. So what we're doing in order to make our formula work is controlling for that, right? But that will be proprietary. But yeah, great question, quick answer. We're not prepared for that just yet, but we are getting there. The learning environment that we're developing is very primitive. It's it's not very smart at this point. But as data continues to grow and we continue to kind of run users into the system with those same attributes, we'll be able to teach the machine how to identify and solve those problems. Any other questions?
So you mentioned independent loan originators.
Correct.
So who is an independent? Is it somebody not working within Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, Chase?
Correct. Right. So those large institutions, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, they have the infrastructure to provide a salary to a lot of those originators, and those are usually phone bankers, right? And yeah, the system could help them, but they won't be as incentivized as someone that's 100% commission based, which are those independent correspondent lenders. So eventually, we should get to a point where even those guys would have to use us because we wouldn't be able to control that much of the market.
Okay, we've got one. It's Carol in the back, and then Lauren, and then we're going to go way forward. So.
Yeah, I'll let you pick that.
Yeah, that's okay. Carol.
What I compared to, because as far as I look at this, some MIT and JP Morgan, some of the insurance companies doing this AI for the last about 8 years, and it's already executed. And some people who are into what you're doing right now, the AI and all that stuff in New York, they passed the law and all that stuff, and it's already implemented. Who are also able to because it seems like, what I'm saying?
Right. No, I get that. Yeah, this is not new. The AI applications have existed for decades, right? And the applications of that in underwriting and insurance and other different aspects of lending have already taken place. Even Rocket Mortgage, they have some sort of learning algorithms that are out there providing recommendations. But the key thing is that these are originators. These are groups that are developing these environments, these learning environments, for the benefit of their product, not for the benefit of you.
No, who are your competitors? Because some people are already doing the similar thing like yours, you know, one of the biggest companies. Have you looked at that?
We haven't seen any other company.
I'll share with you.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Lauren?
I have kind of more of a comment, which I always have comments. So one thing that I think that kind of as a recommendation or thought is I feel like because you're still trying to figure a lot of stuff out, I think that there's some utility in focusing less on like differentiating it, because that's not always how a consumer thinks. They're not thinking like, why should I use this over mint, right? Like they're not thinking that way. And so I think that what would behoove you in a market where there's a lot of stuff is to figure out a really, really specific use case and get really good at that. So like for people who have bought, they're like people who bought a car off of Carvana and bought, did something else that has the same consumer behavior, they tend to want these things, and I'm going to get really, really good at executing things with them.
Right.
Because I think that it's better to create a sticky product initially for a really small subset than trying to kind of like shotgun it. And I know you're 5 minutes about your company, right? That's about it.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of a thought.
No, and it's a great thought, right? Because that's kind of how we're looking at the product, right? Stickiness is critical, because we want you to come back to use the product once you achieve your goal of home ownership, right? Not only are we making this product super informative, but we're making it very convenient for you to check all of these key aspects, or these key attributes that you're going to use every day in your life, right? So we may help you get a home, but we're also disciplining you to check your finances regularly, to check your credit scores regularly, and how those scores and that income, those assets match up to any debt needs that you have, right? Remember, even though we may not be businesses, but we all have some kind of capitalization structure, right? We all have a personal balance sheet where one side we have assets and liabilities, and on the other side we have equity. So, we get it. So we
All
are
right, I think
interested.
Jim and then Paul, and then we'll figure out who was in front.
So, thanks. Good talk.
Thank you.
As a consumer, if I were to use your company, your product, your service versus the others in the marketplace, why am I going to feel better at the end of the day?
Well,
What it like? Is it about money? Is it about knowledge? Is it about joining a tribe?
I think it's all of the above, right? I think we all want to feel secure in the choices that we make. We all want to feel reassured knowing that we're maximizing our dollar, because it takes a lot of work for us to make that dollar. So we want it to go as far as we can. And a lot of the times in our economy, the biggest issue is that we're pressured to buy, but we aren't pressured to be educated. This product provides that basis. We're putting education and information first, and then we're showing you the product. We want you to understand what you're getting yourself into. Because think about this, right? The average home in the United States is about $250,000, right? The average person is leaving college with about $75,000 in student debt. So for you to be a functional adult in America today, on average, you're carrying about $325,000 of debt. You know why they call it leverage, dude? Because it's weight that's being thrown on you in order for you to try and achieve a set of goals. You know, that's physics. So you want to put yourself in the best position possible in order to make the right decision, in order to maximize your dollars. That's why you want to use home lending. That's why you should be part of the tribe.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah, very good answer.
You own that one for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm owning this for you. I'm ready. I believe in this product this much, and I understand. Look, it's not me. It's everybody's on this team, right? We're developing a sophisticated group of. We're developing a sophisticated team to build a very sophisticated product that it could be used in every aspect of your life, not just getting a home, right? My goal, the way I see this, is not just home lending now. We're starting with a very high bar when getting home. I want this to be the lending now. Every time you have a debt need, this is the underwriter that's on your side, bridging those gaps, shedding light on those blind spots. It's an underwriter in your pocket.
Okay, Paul, and then one more question. I said Paul.
Stephen, first of all, thank you for sharing your story. Very interesting concept. Two, I think, quick questions. Your last answer generated a different question that I personally had around providing the personal financial education. There's a fair amount of organizations in the world today that have that sole purpose, not tied to anything other than just educating individuals and families about how to educate themselves on personal finance. Have you thought about partnering with any of those organizations? That's question one. Go ahead.
We're always open to the possibilities. Any way we can get our message out, we're willing to try.
Okay.
So if there's a group that's willing to partner with Homeland Pal, I believe there's no objections from our team.
Okay. Second question is, what are some examples of traction that you've had in the marketplace, in beta testing, that demonstrate that there is indeed a need that you're closing?
The biggest example that pops into mind is kind of our waiting list. Our waiting list has pretty much blown up. What I mean by waiting list is just people that have gone to our site and have requested more information about what our value proposition is. Right now, we have over 3,000 people that are seeking additional information. While that number seems small, that number was generated fully organically. These are people that just happened to crawl into our website and felt strong enough about the product that they filled out a personal form